me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics, boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex.
It's week 8 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll see Joe Mixon. He was stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and finding pay dirt twice. It's the Bengals and the Browns under the lights on Monday night.
It's been a wet and dreary day by the... Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play, but watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 sets, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 22 carries, 116 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The numbers for Mixon last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Bengals at 4-3, a game over 500. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Here we go, here we go.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From the 5, second and 4. Burrow will throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Back to throw, Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Off of play action, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Watson. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful when you're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's second down.
Now Burrow. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. He gets this one to Boyd.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
On 1, ready?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Down to about the 22 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. Continue to pick.
On 1, ready?
Mixon with a first down carry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Anthony Walker up behind the line and finishing that play off.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple catch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover. Extra. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Browns drive about to get started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
Gun. Cut. Here we go.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Watson. His throw incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Quick slant there, gets him the 1st down, 6 yards on the play.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Watson on 3rd down. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
York able to send this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here,
And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
From the gun to give to Mixon. They find some open field here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
11.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
On one, right?
So first and 10 now from the 30. Mixon on the toss right. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On second and 12, Burrow over the middle. He finds Higgins. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On third down, Burrow. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Bengals have recovered it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Gun. Shot.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up to 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow looking to pass. Forced out to his left. That's the tight end Hurst with it. Touchdown Bengals. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Cleveland offense making their way out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Daxton Hill picks it off, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Get set.
On the delay, it's Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Browns set to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Bengals grab it. Then his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here we go.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Here's Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
McPherson on for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he lost the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak. Continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Evans gets it again on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they drop back to 500 now.